Top 20 weirdest American laws that still exist. America, the land of the free. With all that freedom, its people developed a constitution that inspired revolutions across Europe. However, one thing that's not escaped this nation is a set of its own weird and confusing laws. In this video, I'm going to reveal to you the top 20 weirdest American laws that still exist to this day, believe it or not. Number 1. Don't drive blindfolded in Alabama. Interestingly, it is illegal to drive blindfolded in Alabama. Honestly, this law makes a lot of sense. Our driving instructors definitely remind us how important it is to keep our eyes on the road at all times. In Alabama, they just go the extra mile and make sure you won't be encountering any blindfolded drivers on your journey. Number 2. In Alaska, you can't put an animal in the back of an open vehicle. To a dog, nothing sparks more joy than the cool breeze of the open road. However, in Alaska, the back of an open vehicle is off limits unless the dog's tail wags 46 inches or higher. The law was put into effect after one pup was reported as a public nuisance. That's what I'd call a rough life. Number 3. In Arizona, it's illegal for a donkey to sleep in a bathtub. In the 1920s, a local dam broke, flooding a rancher's home. The rancher's donkey had become accustomed to sleeping in the bathtub, which filled with water and whisked him miles away. After working to rescue the animal, the town passed a law that prohibits donkeys from sleeping in the bathtub, though it's okay for them to stand in one. Number 4. In Arkansas, you can't honk your horn near a sandwich shop after 9 p.m. A hangry fool may be to blame for this law, but hey, most of the sandwich shops are closed in the sleepy state of Arkansas by 9 p.m. anyway. If you do feel the urge to honk after hours, you'll be disturbing the peace and you'll still be hungry. Number 5. In California, it's illegal to whistle for a lost canary before 7 a.m. We're not entirely sure how this bizarre law came about, but according to California.com, the city of Berkeley, California, prohibits anyone from whistling for the lost canary before the wee hours of 7 a.m. Here's to hoping we don't lose our canaries. Number 6. In Colorado, it's illegal to keep a couch on your porch. Boulder busted the University of Colorado for burning couches, causing a law to go into effect that keeps couches and porches mutually exclusive. This law is currently active, but the verdict is still out as to whether it actually prevented any couch bonfires. Number 7. In Connecticut, a pickle must be able to bounce. Here's a law that puts Connecticut farmers in quite a pickle. In 1948, 2 men were arrested for selling pickles that were unfit for human consumption. Discussing ways to check for good pickles, officials declared that a pickle is legitimate only if it bounces. The pickles in question did not bounce, so the 2 men were arrested and fined, and their pickles destroyed. Number 8. In Delaware, you can't sell dog hair. State residents of Delaware are barred from selling the hair of a dog or a cat. We wonder how much money residents used to be able to cash in for all the hair left on the sofa. Number 9. In Florida, legal parking fees towards animals must be paid. Sounds like Jumanji was real once upon a time in Florida, because legal fees have to be paid for animal parking, including elephants, camels, and horses. According to Country Living, this law took effect in the 1920s, when the Ringling Bros Circus moved its winter show operations to Florida. Number 10. In Georgia, it's illegal to live on a boat for more than 30 days. Oh boy, if you're planning to retire on a boat, the Peach State is definitely not the place for you. According to state law, it's prohibited to live on a boat for more than a single month. Number 11. In Hawaii, it's illegal to place a coin in one's ear. Magic shows must be boring in the Rainbow State. Apparently, this strange law was enacted to protect the Kingdom of Hawaii coinage when Hawaii officially joined the United States in 1900. Number 12. In Idaho, it's illegal to sweep debris into the streets. One man's trash is certainly not another man's treasure in Idaho, as it's illegal to sweep debris onto the streets, highways, alleys, or any road used for public travel. If only other cities would enforce this law. Number 13. In Illinois, it's illegal for underage culinary students to drink alcohol. In 2012, the state passed a law nicknamed Sip and Spit, which allows culinary students under 21 years of age to legally taste, by sipping and spitting, alcoholic beverages, based on the reasoning that students need to learn how to taste wine during their early years of culinary school. Cheers to a well-rounded, or should we say full-bodied, learning experience. Number 14. In Iowa, you can't throw a brick onto a highway. This corn state law seems to be written in stone. Throwing bricks or any other dangerous instruments or toys for that matter, onto a highway, street, or any public ground is prohibited in Iowa, unless you have written permission from the city council. Number 15. In Kentucky, a woman cannot marry the same man 4 times. According to Woman's Day, a law in Kentucky forbids a woman from marrying the same man more than 3 times. Hopefully, the 3rd time's really the charm here in Kentucky. Number 16. In Louisiana, it's illegal to send a surprise pizza. Well, we sure do wish this would happen more to us, but sending an unprompted pizza is actually considered harassment in Louisiana. Triple check your address if you live in the Pelican State, lest you hand over a $500 fine. Number 17. Don't wash your neighbor's car without their permission. Personally, I'd really appreciate it if my neighbor decided to wash my car. But if you're in Los Angeles, you'd better put down that sponge if you haven't gotten permission beforehand. Otherwise, you might be in a little trouble with the law. Number 18. Bulletproof vests and criminals in New Jersey. I'm sure that criminals in New Jersey aren't too happy about this odd law. If you're found wearing a bulletproof vest while committing a crime in New Jersey, you'll not only be charged with the crime, but have to be charged additionally for trying to protect yourself against bullet wounds. Number 19. Serious bingo rules. If you're a bingo lover, you'll hate to find out that a game cannot last more than 5 hours in North Carolina. It's even worse if you like a little glass of wine while playing, because in this state, it's illegal to be intoxicated while playing bingo. Number 10. Women and their false teeth. We assume that long gone are the days when men told women what to wear and how to look. This, however, is not the case in Vermont. This law, while unenforced, has not yet been overturned. It dictates that women must get permission from their husbands if they want to get false teeth. These are all obviously some pretty outlandish laws, and I doubt any of them would ever really be enforced by the police. But if they did, and you got arrested and charged for something from this list, then honestly, I just wouldn't know what to say to you. If this is the first video you're watching, and you enjoyed it, then please consider subscribing to fill your brain up with a whole lot more useless information you can whip out at parties to sound cool. I'll see you in the next video.